Welcome to Take a Look! Mad Max introduced us to Furiosa. Now Furiosa introduces us to action like you've never seen before. We'll sit down with Furiosa herself, Anya Taylor-Joy. Also, we'll take a look inside Chris Pratt's cat lair as we preview the Garfield movie. Then we'll take a look at the inspirational new movie Sight, with the real-life miracle doctor behind it. Speaking of Sight, see that and more as we take a look!
Yes! Welcome back to Take a Look. It's officially the summer box office season, and it's also officially allergy season, so you're stuck with me sounding like this the entire time. Every now and then, it works out to a sexy voice. A lot of times, it's kind of Harvey Fierstein. Do you know who that is?
No.
Mrs. Doubtfire?
Oh, yeah!
We're so happy for you. All right, welcome back. What movie are you most excited about this week?
Furiosa.
Exactly, me too. Charlize Theron began it.
And Anya Taylor-Joy takes the reins in this prequel.
Exactly. Our favorite movie critic, Tara Hitchcock, went behind the scenes, and she joins us now live. Tara Hitchcock, how are you?
You guys, Mark, I feel so bad for your voice. I've been there. It sounds painful. I hope it is not.
You know,
Hi,
I
Kelly.
tried for a Will Arnett, but like I said, it keeps falling back into Harvey Fierstein. Anyway, I'll take some Claritin. In the meantime, tell us what you most loved about this, and then I'll give you my 2 cents.
Well, I love George Miller, to be honest. I mean, this is a franchise he started over 40 years ago. He has created this incredible dystopian world, The Wasteland. Anya Taylor-Joy does a great job, but honestly, so does this little actress. She is from Australia. Alila Brown plays Furiosa even younger than when Anya takes over. And I don't think she's going to get as much credit as she deserves. In fact, Anya doesn't really show up for, I think, about 45 minutes into the movie. And that's something that I didn't really know. But I thought they did a great job. I will always prefer Fury Road, but I thought they did a wonderful job with Furiosa, a Mad Max Saga. Chris Hemsworth almost unrecognizable with that prosthetic nose. So I asked him about that and the effort that he went through to maybe disguise himself if he ever wanted to go incognito.
Yeah, take a look.
Who knew a nose could make such a difference in an appearance? And I know a lot of people are taught, you're unrecognizable. What is the most effort each of you has put into a disguise, maybe just to go out and about and not have to deal with being recognized? Have you ever done anything that, you've got a story?
I've done wigs, but the problem is I've had every single hair color under the sun. So it's like always a bit of an issue. Yeah. I've done wigs.
When we were in Thailand shooting Extraction 1, someone in the department was prosthetics. I think they won an Academy Award. And I said, well, give me a fake nose, because I couldn't go out there. Everyone was going out on Friday and having fun and going around. So they got me a prosthetic nose, got me a wig, and I went out all night. Not a single person recognised me. But then all my team, my mates, wore wigs as well, and a couple of prosthetic noses. So we all sort of looked a bit similar. So people kept coming up and going, are you guys in a band or something?
Oh my God.
So we got attention, not as myself, but as
a member of a really cool pop group.
It's One Direction, but with many more guys in there. The teddy bear. I saved, ShopRite was a convenience, like a supermarket chain on the East Coast. So I have, from being a kid, Scrunchy the ShopRite bear. I still own it. It's very disheveled, similar to your teddy bear. What's that from your childhood that you've kept? Something that matters that maybe you'd even wear if given the opportunity.
Oh, my husband wears my baby bracelet that I was first given that has my name on it. We added a couple of links and he wears that. Yeah.
I wish I had something as profound for my childhood. No, kind of nothing. I wish I had a few of the sort of, I had this little clown.
Yeah, this sounds really scary. He was describing it to me earlier, and I was like, I used to have like a bunny, and he was like, yeah, I had a clown bear. I was like, what?
It's just it was the most memorable, like, I don't know what do you call it, doll teddy bear thing, but a clown that I had as a kid. And, I don't know where it's gone.
Showing up different places, and I'm like, every sounds like Chucky, man.
Just, like, it's gone. We'd go camping or whatever, disappear. It would just turn up again. And so
terrifying.
Did it have a name?
Clowny.
Oh, come on. That's all you can come up with?
How original, yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
honey.
Oh, I kind of love
To be fair,
Clowny.
mine's bunny. Like, it's fine.
That was so cute.
Tara, that's precious and all, but what did you do to that bear? It's got some city miles on it
Yeah,
now.
Scrunchy. It was like more like abusey. What'd you do to that bear?
Well, I think I put him in the dishwasher at one point. He has definitely lost his eyesight in at least one eye. I've tried to sew him up. But the bigger question, I'm in my 50s. Is it sad or kind of cute that I've kept Scrunchy the ShopRite bear all these years and just can't part with him?
I think it's cute. And now that I look at Scrunchy, he kind of leans into the whole thing because everything in this movie is rusted, teeth are falling out. He'd be great in the biker gang.
Your
All right,
voice is
so
gone.
Exactly. My review of this movie, again, the movie that, can you believe it's almost 10 years ago that the Mad Max movie came out? I loved that movie. I thought Charlize Theron launched this character in such a spectacular way. People should be warned if they go to see this movie, there's not as much action. What I love about George Miller in this, though, is that you're really getting into the characters. You're taking some beats to figure out who these people are. What did you love? What would you suggest about it, Tara?
Well, I think you're right. I think there are some great parts and moments to this film, but I think what hurts it just slightly is the fact that with Fury Road, it took place over, I think, 3 days and a few nights. We know what happened at the end of that film, so because of that, I didn't feel as invested in this because I already sort of know how it ends. And this one spans 15 plus years. I do think that young actress, I mean, Anya does a great job. Chris is great as Dementus, and he does have this really crazy teddy bear that he carries around with him that I thought was very funny.
Right.
But that young actress to me was a highlight, Lila Brown.
Yeah, she was brilliant in it, and the 8,000 extras that were in it that looked like they came straight from like a really bad Coachella. I thought they did a great job. I highly recommend it. It kicks off the summer right.
Yes, me
Not
too.
quite as good as the last Mad Max, but I do think it tees up a really good sequel.
Yeah. And Tara, I want to know,
agree.
how was their chemistry, do you think, in this movie that holds up to Tom Hardy and Charlize Theron's chemistry? Even though it's both sets of actors, it's been a love-hate relationship, off and on set.
Chemistry is always a fun word to use when you're talking about two characters that do not enjoy each other's company at all. They both do a great job. You can kind of tell that they're friends in real life, which I thought was great. There were rumors that Charlize and Tom really didn't get along, and apparently that worked very well on camera because I thought they were wonderful as well. So in terms of chemistry, they're both wonderful in their parts.
Yeah, awesome. And you want to talk chemistry. You know who is phenomenal on screen?
Who?
Tara and Scrunchy. Can we go out on that side? And then Tara, where can we find you? Where do our viewers catch up with you?
Okay, you can go to Instagram, really. That's the only thing I'm really active on. It's Tara on TV. Super clever, kind of like clowny. If you're in the Arizona area, Harkins Theaters or KTVK, Good Morning Arizona. Or
There
Good
you
Day
go. You take
Oregon,
care of that
you're
bear.
in Oregon
Hold that
right
bear
now, so-
tight, Tara.
No more
Hedgecock, ladies and gentlemen.
dishwasher.
I love him.
Thanks for hanging out, Tara.
Thank you, Tara.
All right, coming up next on Take a Look, the Garfield movie, back better than ever. If you thought Garfield needed to get out of the house and go on his own adventure, you got it. We'll talk about that, Chris Pratt's method acting, next. Hey, welcome back. It is Take a Look. Don't adjust your volume or soundbar on your TV. My voice really does sound this crappy.
Sound like someone tried to choke you out.
It's allergy season in California. That's the thing. When it gets nice in California,
It's bad.
it also affects the allergies. So by all means, follow me on Instagram, TV Marcus Allen. Jump into my DMs with your ideas of how I might be able to get rid of this allergy thing going on.
And you can just say hi to me at Kelly Savannah Deaton.
Yeah, there you go. Kelly, I want to ask you, Garfield, did this mean anything to you before the Garfield movie, this movie, the previous movie, anything in life? Not so
I wasn't
much?
a huge fan, but my brother did read the comic strip all the time.
Well,
so.
what's funny, the comics came out when I was a kid, and I remember they didn't really target me, but like all the middle-aged people. I remember like my English teacher loved Garfield, and I thought, well, if it's hitting middle-aged ladies when I'm a kid, it's probably not for me.
Yeah,
But-
I
and
agree.
and then it was Born Again with the Bill Murray animated, and now it's
was
Reborn
great.
Again with Chris Pratt. And I will tell you, my favorite surprise of the summer,
Is-
I like this movie.
I know
It's so good.
It actually is really good, and it has a lot more heart than we previously would anticipate from an animated movie voiced by Chris Pratt.
Yeah.
About a lazy cat.
And it leans into some of the same tropes that Kung Fu Panda 4 hit. Now, this is a cat that never leaves the house in this movie. He's leaving the house. Voiced now by Chris Pratt. How did that work for you?
I loved it. I think he's like filming. I messed up. I loved it. I think he's definitely.
You know we're not editing that out. You know we're broadcasting right now.
I'm speaking in Garfield language. There you go. But
Anyway.
I think Chris Pratt has created such a repertoire of voices with Mario. Now this. I mean, there's nothing he can do really.
And I'll at least say with this, he committed. Take a look.
Who is Cat? What is Cat? Why is Cat? Hi, I'm film and television's Chris Pratt. When you bring an icon like Garfield to life, there's a physicality and curiosity and playfulness, a mischief at his core. I lost myself in that. I literally just ate and napped, and the doctors were concerned. For 6 months, I only spoke in meows. It wasn't until later that I found out that Garfield can talk, and that, it would have been cool to know. But I did make an authentic connection. Pretty sure audiences are gonna feel it. And the Academy. All right, what does everyone want to watch?
There you go. Chris Pratt committing to Garfield with some method acting.
And you gotta know, all these actors love to do animated films so that their kids can actually see their work.
Right, that's going on. With that said, you just reminded me of something that's not so kid. Like Sam Jackson plays the dad in this. And who knew Garfield had a dad? We got that backstory. What I think this movie is missing, if anything, I wanted Sam Jackson to be a little more Sam Jackson. I wanted him to drop MF in there a few times.
Oh, that would have been incredible. Maybe if there's a sequel, we can hope for it.
Yeah,
but they're so good. I love their voices together.
Yeah, exactly. That works. It's a little weird that Odie in the comic strip and the previous movie is just kind of like flat. He's a nothing. And in this, he's like this dutiful servant that can, he's ride or die.
Yeah, and I love that. They kind of changed the role because usually Garfield doesn't like Odie, if I remember. And they don't like each other. And in this, like you said, they're like besties. It's very cute. Like I said, it has a lot of heart.
And a lot of heart, and it's also gorgeous. The animation is its own new kind of 3D animation that I've never seen before. Not hyper realistic, kind of going back to the old school. It's classic. It works. Watch Garfield. Take the kids to do it.
They'll be entertained the whole time.
There you go.
It's important.
All right, coming up next, a movie that is going to move you like no other. Sight is ridiculously inspirational, and I can't wait to go behind the scenes with the real doctor behind it. We'll do that as we take a look next. Hey, welcome back to Take a Look. If you're just tuning in, yes, my voice really sounds like this in California. When it gets nice, it's also allergy season.
I know what happened.
What's going on?
You've been listening Taylor Swift
She
since
just dropped
the
new
concert.
songs.
Yes, and you've been screaming at the top of your lungs. There you go.
No, but I will tell you what happened. Planet of the Apes is crushing it at the box office. I've now seen it 3 times, and every time the lead gorilla jumps up there and goes, "What a glorious day!" I was doing that, and it just stuck.
So well. Maybe they'll hire you next time.
That's all I got in me. What a glorious day it is. It is a glorious day to talk about this movie, Sight. Every now and then you see an inspirational movie coming and you think it's going to be full of tropes and sappy and shove messages down that you want to hear. This is not that movie. You are going to walk away from this movie inspired, enlightened, and feeling good about what people can do.
Yes, and I love movies based on actual people that have changed the world. Like this doctor, for instance.
Yeah, this is the story of Dr. Ming Wang. He, in third world countries, helps out with surgeries and has actually reinvented a way certain surgeries are done and is giving sight to people, especially children that otherwise wouldn't have it.
And he also was the inventor of the amniotic membrane contact lens.
It is blowing my mind that you know that, but that's exactly what he did. I went behind the scenes with Terry, who plays him in the movie, and Dr. Wang himself. Take a look.
I can't remember when a movie has truly inspired and moved me so much. I love this movie. So, Doctor, what's it like seeing somebody else saying words that you said in real life in scenes that you were in real life? How was it?
It was a humbling experience and honor. I was on set the entire time when it was shot. I wanted to be there to experience this creative process, to learn about it, but also to, in a way, relive part of my childhood and past and try to learn more as a human being myself.
I feel like everyone seeing this movie will learn and grow so much, having seen your journey and sight and so many different things sight now means to me. So with great power comes great responsibility, Terry. What kind of pressure was it jumping into these shoes, playing this role?
It was terrifying. The responsibility of playing such a esteemed figure in the medical field is one that I did not, take lightly at all. But you have to get over that fear, you have to get over that terror, and get to work. And Dr. Wang making himself readily available every single day that we were at work. We had a number of weeks of quarantine time, so there was quite a bit of time to share stories and get to know each other. And his presence on set was invaluable.
The takeaway from you, Doctor, everyone that goes to see this movie, and everyone should see this movie, what do you hope they walk away with?
A few things. Number one, sight is such an indispensable sense for us as human beings. And we need to help those who have lost sight, who wants to see, blind orphan children, the people who need the most help, and least able to afford it. And second is to give us an opportunity to learn some of the exciting development in technology. And finally, through the experience of immigrant or someone who used to not have freedom, to remind all of us here in America, we're so blessed to live in a free country. We really need to work together.
Absolutely. Amen to all of that. And such an honor to talk to you. I truly do feel like you're a modern day saint for all that you brought to the world, with both sight, literally, and with the insight that you brought. And Terry, for you, this movie will probably leave you changed forever. How?
One of the central themes of the film is about family and connection, transformation, inspiration, and all these great values. I think that what I took away from it was not only the importance of relationship within that family. The messages and the themes of the film are incredibly valuable, I think.
Man, going back into the movie, seeing the clips, and just their poignant interview, like now on top of my allergies, I'm crying at the same time.
I was surprised at how moving and passionate, and it really makes you empathize with all of these people all around the world that can't see.
Yeah,
it's
and without
crazy.
going too deep into it, but just to lay how heavy the subject matter is in certain third world countries, children that beg, that are blind, get more money, and parents are actually blinding their children with acid to make it that much more convincing, to hopefully get that much more. It's just mind-blowing.
It is. What is wrong with people?
And then in comes a saint like Dr. Ming, who is creating a process of reversing some of that. So bless him for that.
That's
Go
why the
see
story
Sight.
is so powerful.
Absolutely. So see Sight. All right, switching the gears a little bit, and actually it's going to work with the voice because now we're going to get very scary.
Oh, there you go.
I'm going to damn you all to hell.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Take it down a notch.
That was a little
Get
strong.
out the crosses and the holy
But
water.
that is the messaging in the first Omen, and it's headed into your home to scare you, right where you get scared the most. We'll take a look next. Hey, welcome back to the final few moments of Take a Look. I'm glad it's the final few moments because allergies are crushing my voice. I'm Mark S. Allen. Thanks for hanging out. Kelly, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you, besides this little issue?
Yeah, you might have to take you to the home stretch. Although with the voice like this, it leans into the movie we're talking about. It's very creepy. Like my voice, The First Omen. How scared were you during this movie?
I'm still having nightmares, which I think is the essential benchmark of a successful horror movie.
I love everything about this movie. The original scarred me for life. This movie, it pays homage to it. Cinematically, it is beautiful and infinitely more scary than I can talk about right here because I'm already creeping myself out with my voice. Well, let's get right to it. Star of the movie, Nell Tiger Free.
And director Akasha Stevenson.
Hey! Thanks for hanging out.
Welcome.
All right, so let's go back to the day. What was the day on the set that you knew you had nailed something horrific?
Well, I think there was this day where Nell filmed the water breaking scene, and that was very early on in the shoot, and we didn't know each other that well quite yet. And Nell, at 4 o'clock in the morning, gave this absolute banging performance that terrified everybody around us and freaked out the crew thoroughly. And at that moment, I felt like we had something really special.
Yeah, no, when I saw that movie, not only is it terrifying, I thought it would be a great educational moment. You should show it in schools for family planning.
100%.
Hey, man, that's better than just the abstinence that we got taught. So.
And with all this horrific imagery and the scenes we see, how do you keep it light on set, or how do you leave it on the set?
I mean, it was very lucky that we all got along so well. And, sometimes filming a horror film can be an incredibly funny experience. Like, we're doing things that are so absurd and that, you would just never see in your day-to-day regular life. So you have to find the humor in it, and Akash is hilarious, and the cast were hilarious. So we just had a good laugh, and then sometimes we would drink.
Fantastic. Always a good solution for everything. So the original, like I said, it scarred me. I saw it when I was way too young. For you, Nell, I know this is generations before you, but what did the original mean to you? What does the genre mean to you?
So I'm a freaky little freak. I watched it when I was like 11 years old. I used to sneak off and watch horror films in like 80 parts on YouTube. On my own while other kids were hanging out with each other. So I loved the original, and I was just such a big fan of it coming in to shoot this. So it's still kind of a pinch me moment that I fit into the universe the way that I do, the Omen-verse, if you will. So I mean, I love it.
And speaking again, kind of with that dark material, although you love it, do you still get, or do you even get nightmares from filming this imagery?
I get nightmares from like other stuff. I less horror films and more like real life. Like,
I love that.
Right, she gets nightmares from having to talk to us.
Yeah, she will if she doesn't already have them.
Doing live interviews.
Right, exactly. You know, it is so effective. I can't give this movie enough praise. Cinematically, I love a modern horror movie with pop-out scares that you can time, but there's something so classic and elegant about the pacing of this and your performance, Nell, and way to go.
Amazing.
Hey, thanks so much for hanging out.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Oh,
I appreciate
thank you so
it.
much for having us.
There you go. All right,
Thank
the
you,
first
guys.
Omen.
Bye.
Check it out on Apple TV Plus.
Yes.
Check it out on Disney Plus. Check it out just about everywhere streaming near you.
And be prepared to watch it like this.
There you go. Favorite summer movie of all time? Boom.
Barbie, come on.
There you go. Well, good. That's what we're talking about next week. Barbie, or before that, the year before, it was Top Gun 2. Way back in the day, it was Jaws. Name your favorite summer movie. We'll be talking about it next week, our summer movie special for 2024, as we take a look. And I'm going to go take a gargle.
You should.
Peace out.